We've been told that there are rules that prevent powerful nations from doing exactly what happened at 2 o'clock in the morning on January 3rd, 2026. But on that morning, the United States military did something that hasn't happened in more than 70 years. It flew into a foreign country, captured a sitting president, and flew him out to face trial thousands of miles away. And here's what's shocking. Almost nobody is talking about what this means. The operation lasted 47 minutes. 150 military aircraft, special forces, kamikaze drones used in combat for the first time in history, and the capture of Nicolás Maduro, the president of Venezuela. But this wasn't just a military raid. This was a moment that may have fundamentally changed how international law works. This is exactly what happened, how it happened, and, more importantly, why the world will never be the same. To understand why this matters, we need to look at what led to January 3rd. For months, actually for years, the United States had been escalating pressure on Venezuela. But the real acceleration began in late 2025. In September 2025, the Trump administration ordered strikes on what it claimed were drug trafficking vessels off the Venezuelan coast. 11 people died in the first strike, 3 more in the second. Each time, Trump justified it the same way: narco-terrorism, drug trafficking, a threat to American security. But here's what's important. These were ships in international waters, strikes that Congress never authorized, a pattern that set the stage for something much bigger. Over those months, 3 critical things happened that made the final operation inevitable. First, intelligence. The CIA had ground teams in Venezuela, months of surveillance, learning Maduro's patterns, his routines, his location. They were building a target package. Second, the offer. In late December, the Trump administration gave Maduro a choice: go into exile in Turkey or face consequences. Maduro refused. Third, the provocation. In the days before the operation, Maduro appeared in public downplaying the American threats. There's even video of him dancing on stage, sampling his own speech. No crazy war. He was mocking Trump. According to the New York Times, that video, that moment of dismissiveness, convinced Trump to act. But what most people don't understand is that this wasn't just about Maduro's defiance. It was about something much deeper. Who controls the rules in a world where the United States is still the most powerful military force? Because if you're going to violate international law, you need a justification. And the Trump administration had one. At 10:46 p.m. Eastern Time on January 2nd, President Trump gave the order. What happened next was military precision at a scale most people have never seen. Within minutes, aircraft began launching from 20 military bases across the Western Hemisphere. F-22s from Florida, B-1 bombers from the Gulf, F-35s from carriers in the Caribbean. Over 150 aircraft total: fighters, bombers, drones, surveillance planes, refueling tankers. Think about that number: 150 military aircraft. According to General Dan Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, thousands and thousands of hours of experience were airborne. As these aircraft approached Venezuelan airspace, something unprecedented happened. The first wave wasn't aircraft. It was a cyber attack. The power went out across vast sections of Caracas. The capital city, the center of a nation of 28 million people, went dark. This wasn't random. It was deliberate. Darkness meant the Venezuelan air defense systems couldn't see approaching aircraft. Radar depends on electrical power. Without it, the skies were open. At 1:01 a.m. Caracas time, just hours before dawn on January 3rd, the first explosions rocked the city. Radar installations destroyed. Air defense systems neutralized. Communication towers targeted. The operation's official name said everything: Operation Absolute Resolve. Here's what makes this critical. The Trump administration used one-way attack drones, what military experts call kamikaze drones, in combat for the first time in American military history. These are remote-piloted aircraft designed to fly into targets and detonate. Residents of Caracas recorded videos of the high-pitched buzzing sound, that distinctive whine, followed immediately by explosions. In less than 30 minutes, Venezuela's air defenses were effectively eliminated. Now the real operation began. As dawn approached, Delta Force operators, America's most elite special operations soldiers, flew in aboard Army helicopters. They came under fire from Venezuelan ground defenses. One helicopter took direct hits. About half a dozen soldiers were injured. But the Delta Force kept going. They breached Maduro's compound using explosives. And within minutes, we're talking 5 minutes from entry to capture, Maduro was in custody. The entire compound was taken. Maduro and his wife, Cilia Flores, were secured and prepared for extraction. Within hours, they were on USS Iwo Jima in the Caribbean, then transferred to aircraft bound for New York. By late afternoon on January 3rd, Maduro walked off a military helicopter at a Manhattan heliport, surrounded by federal agents. He was processed at a DEA field office and held at the Metropolitan Detention Center. The next morning, he stood in a Manhattan federal courtroom, where a judge informed him of charges: narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, weapons offenses. For counts, 20-year minimum sentence if convicted on the terror charge. Maduro's response? Speaking in Spanish, he declared, "I am the president of Venezuela. I consider myself a prisoner of war. I was captured at my home in Caracas." And here's where it gets legally complicated.